Hello and welcome back to the Redactedness Podcast. I'm Marlena Shivo. It is Casual Friday today. I am wearing a hat and I am leaning into it. But then again, who am I kidding? Who's even going into the office anymore? I'm not entirely sure why the work from home model has carried over from the 2020 era. I do think that people should go into an office. I do think that people should get dressed up when they go to work. When I said Casual Friday, it was sarcasm because I feel like nobody is getting dressed to do anything anymore. I see people walking into church wearing what I would wear to run an errand. But then again, guess who else doesn't even bother to go into the office? Most federal workers, apparently.
Only 6% of the federal bureaucrats are actually coming in 5 days a week.
And now Senator Joni Ernst today was talking about a productivity tracking where they actually tell those people who are working at home that they have to prove their productivity.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think flexibility is good. Everybody's lives are different. Schedules are different. Some people have kids. Some people don't have kids. Some people have other personal things that they need to take care of. And there should be some human component to schedules when it comes to work. But the idea of mostly working from home, I think, sets a really bad precedent for the next generation. I do, because we have a generation of TikTokers and we have a generation of social media influencers where they think that all they need to do is roll out of bed, turn on their phone, start talking, and that's work. And I can tell you for certain that it's not work. Anyway, I just have to note this about Jesse Waters and his minions doing their show in front of a live audience. Because it was talked about so much during the election and because it was sort of belabored all the way up until election day, the camera turns to the audience and it is extremely visible that there are several rows of empty seats. But it's funny how the topic of crowd size didn't make it for the show's rundown. Just saying. Let's talk about the United Healthcare shooter and the fact that there's been a lot of breaking news that has come out since the shooting occurred, yet he has not been captured. This man took a Greyhound bus, used a fake New Jersey license to check into an Upper West Side hotel, committed the crime, and at some point went to a Starbucks still wearing the same jacket he was wearing when he committed the crime. And who knows? They might be close to catching him, but as of right now, they haven't caught him. With all the surveillance, with all the technology, with all of the resources that we have today for crimes, this man is still on the loose. 2024, a ton of technology, eyewitnesses. We're talking about New York City. There are people everywhere. He took off his face covering at Starbucks. So explain to me, if we can't catch this guy, how are we supposed to answer the question, who killed JonBenet Ramsey? Yet another documentary on this family and this crime. And who's asking at this point? If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was around 2016, 2017, where CBS did the same exact documentary and as a result had to pay JonBenet Ramsey's living brother $2 million for defamation. Why would anybody touch this topic again? What could have possibly come out in the past 3 decades that is ever going to answer this question? Ever. But I guess Netflix has enough resources and enough scratch to afford a possible lawsuit if one were forthcoming. And Netflix, what are you doing? It's Christmas time. The last thing I want to think about while drinking hot chocolate and decorating my tree is who killed anyone. Now, I know the crime took place in the 90s during Christmas, but just like Die Hard, it's not a Christmas movie. Speaking of networks taking a hit, MSNBC is taking a beating, an absolute beating. Every day I open my news stories and all I'm hearing about is Micah and Joe Scarborough.
Let me see. From the New York Times,
the New York
Washington
Times,
Post, the Wall Street. You know what? I even think folks from the Atlantic.
Somebody wrote during this outrageously stupid, immature series of articles that lied time and time again about us. Reporter said, well, I'd be fired if I had the opportunity to go in and talk to somebody who's the incoming president of the United States. And I didn't do it. But for media reporters to lie, to pretend that this is a shock, to try to get clips, for Washington Post reporters and columnists say, how dare they go see him after they said he was a fascist?
These two are constantly explaining their actions and things that are said on their program. Just report the news and give your opinion because that's what you're paid to do. But you're constantly apologizing and explaining away to your critics why and how.
Just given what one sees on camera, if you're too drunk for Fox News, you're very, very drunk indeed.
Earlier in this block, there was a comment made about Fox News in our coverage about Pete Hegseth and the growing number of allegations about his behavior over the years. The comment was a little too flippant for this moment that we're in. We just want to make that comment as well. We have differences in coverage with Fox News, and that's a good debate that we should have often. But right now, I just want to say there's a lot of good people that work at Fox News who care about Pete Hegseth, and we'll want to leave it at that.
Are they in fear that they are going to get canceled because Comcast is selling off MSNBC? Maybe, but whatever happens with the Comcast sell or what MSNBC becomes is out of everyone's control. I mean, these are business decisions. And if your show goes out the door with the network, it goes out the door, whether you apologize for talking to Trump or apologize to Fox News for something you didn't even say, but something your guest said. Like, what's with all the ass kissing? Who are they sucking up to? Why are you taking pieces of your show to kiss someone else's ass? People who have absolutely no control over the future of your show, if that is in case the concern. And this is why I think there needs to be an overhaul in general when it comes to media. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone has something to say. Maybe you should just go back to reporting the news. Get your facts, read those facts, and explain the events of the day. But no, everything is about clickbait, sensationalism, ad sales. But hey, at least these two are actually showing up to work and they are dressing as if they are at work. So kudos to them. Also this week, crunchy moms are making headlines. And what is a crunchy mom, you ask? Take a listen.
So Crunchy Mom started as, they called it a granola mom. It's basically just a mom who makes cleaner, healthier lifestyle choices for their kids. And I mean, the term was used to like kind of make fun of people. And it's like they're crazy and they're scared of chemicals and they're conspiracy theorists. But it's just, to me, it's just a low toxic lifestyle.
And who could disagree with these moms when it comes to feeding healthy food to their children?
As someone, Tess, who grew up liberal, voted for Biden in 2020, why did RFK teaming up with Trump get you to vote for Donald J. Trump in 2024?
Well, it was just really exciting. Like I stated in the article, I was really excited to see a politician or someone in politics talking about something that's really important to me and has been really important to me for really long time. I feel like I haven't ever heard anyone in politics talk about the issues with our food and our water and just our environment and everything. So it was really cool to see someone finally advocating. And
the question is, will RFK Jr. make good on his promise to make food healthier in this country? And in conjunction with that, it just so happens that today is National Microwave Day. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to celebrate or recognize this in your day, but today on the national calendar is National Microwave Day. So are microwaves in jeopardy? Because let's face it, microwaves aren't the best form of heating up food, yet we all do it. I would imagine that nothing's going to happen to the microwave, but you never know. I mean, Kathy Hochul came for your gas stove. So maybe RFK is coming for your microwave. We shall see.